Okay, so today's math lesson, we're going to learn a new multiplication strategy. We call it a strip diagram. So those of you at home, I'm writing in my math journal. You could write in there too, or you can use your dry erase mat at home. The kids here in class are using their dry erase boards, okay? So a strip diagram is kind of like a whole part. You will have a section that looks like this, and for multiplication, this will be your missing number, okay? And this is representing the whole or the total amount, okay? And then, you know, in multiplication, we've learned that if I do 4 times 3, we would say this is 4 groups of 3. Now for a strip diagram, you're using boxes. So now we would have 4 boxes of 3. So it's kind of like equal groups, but we don't have a bunch of dots. We're just going to draw 4 boxes, and it's going to take up the whole length of this whole line that we drew, okay? So I'm going to try to make 4 equal boxes, and then 3 goes in each. Okay? So that's what a strip diagram would look like. If the problem was 4 times 3, that means I have 4 boxes and I put 3 in each one. Okay, now how could I solve for this missing whole or the missing total? What could we do with these 3's? We can add them. We could skip count. Okay, so let's practice skip counting by 3's. Y'all count with me. 3, 6, 9, 12. Good. So we would say the whole is 12, or the product is 12. Okay. Now I want you to practice drawing, or let's do one more together, and then we'll practice drawing a strip diagram for different problems. Okay? Let's look at a strip diagram for 2 times 5. So I could say this is 2 groups of 5, or 2 boxes of 5. Okay? 2 boxes of 5. Okay, so we're going to draw 2 boxes. And 5 goes in each. Okay, and then sometimes they put this long bar representing the whole underneath with a question mark. But since it's going from the beginning to the end, it's talking about all of these parts put back together, your whole. Okay, so the total amount. That's what this bar means. What does this bar mean? The total, right? Or the whole amount. Okay? Sometimes it's going to be underneath. Sometimes it will be up top, like we did on the first one. Okay? How am I going to find the missing total? What could we do? Add or skip count. Good, Aaliyah. So I'm going to do 5, 10. So 2 times 5 equals 10. Now the thing with this strategy, it doesn't really help me find the answer. I still had to do skip counting. I still had to use a different strategy. But it does help you, if you're stuck, start drawing out a model for a word problem, okay? And then you can see, oh, well now I can just add these two boxes together. Okay? You would also need to know this strategy because on word problems with answer choices, they may give you a strip diagram as an answer choice and you have to know what it would look like. Okay, and that's what we're going to practice. So what would the strip diagram for 3 times 6 look like? I want you to practice doing that on your own and then I'll come around and check. 3 times 6. Make sure you have the bar going across. And then I want to see how many boxes and what goes in. Okay, so we walked around the room, saw a lot of good answers. So this is what it would have looked like. 3 times 6 means 3 boxes of 6. So I'm going to draw 3 boxes. 6 goes in each box. Now you could have drawn your whole line or your total at the bottom or the top, and then we put a question mark because that's what we're trying to figure out. How much does this equal? 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 3 times 6. What does that equal, class? 18. Good. Okay. Now let's look at a word problem. And you'll see how this applies to word problems. Okay? Each box of chocolates has 8 chocolates. If Theo bought 2 boxes, how many chocolates does Theo have? Okay, so let's think about this. How many boxes of chocolates is he buying? 2. So I'm going to, for my strip diagram, I'm going to draw 2 boxes. Okay. Now I'm going to let you read that again and tell me what should go in each box.
Did I read it?
To yourself. Read it to yourself.
8.
What goes in each box?
8.
8. Very good, because there's 8 chocolates in each box. Okay. Now what's missing on my strip diagram? Bryson?
That you're
The line? Good. The line with the question mark. Good. And we're missing the total amount or the product.
It would be 3 times 8.
3 times 8? Well, I don't see 3 boxes. I see 2 boxes.
2 boxes. 5 times
There you go. 2 times 8.
2 times
2 groups of 8 would equal 16. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay, good. All right, let's look at another one.
You do it yourself?
Yes, you're going to do this one by yourself. There are 2 baskets. Each basket holds 5 bundles of yarn. How many bundles of yarn are in the 2 baskets? Draw your strip diagram to represent this problem. There are 2 baskets. Each basket holds 5 bundles of yarn. How many bundles of yarn are in the 2 baskets? Okay, so the problem asked us to find how many bundles of yarn are in the 2 baskets. So you should have drawn 2 boxes. And it said 5 bundles of yarn. So we're putting 5 in each box. Don't forget your bar at the bottom to represent the whole amount. So we're looking for the whole amount. How many bundles of yarn in all of the baskets? The total. So 2 times 5. And it would equal what, class? 10. What do we call the answer to a multiplication problem?
Product.
Product. Good. Okay, let's do a few more. Martha puts 12 walnuts in each cake. If she makes 2 cakes, how many walnuts will she need? Work this one out on your dry erase board. Okay, let's look at what your strip diagram would look like. 2 cakes with 12 walnuts in each cake. Does that sound like 2 groups of 12? Yes. So we would draw 2 boxes with 12 in each. Then you have this missing total at the bottom. And what would it equal?
24.
24. Good. Okay, next one. Mrs. Reynolds has 5 tables with 6 students at each table. How many students are in Mrs. Reynolds' class? Okay, draw your strip diagram to represent. Okay, you guys are doing a great job, and I'm sure you guys at home are doing great too. So we're going to go ahead and check this answer. 5 tables with 6 students at each table. So that sounds like 5.
10, 15, 20, 25.
5 groups of 6. So I'm going to draw 5 boxes. With 6 in each box. And then we need to have our long bar at the bottom that represents what? What does this long bar represent? The total amount. And we don't know the total amount, so that's why there's a question mark there. Okay? Does the bar have to be on the bottom?
No.
No, sometimes they will have it at the top. Okay, and then you could have added or skip counted to find the total, and you should have gotten 30. So 30 students in all.
I got 30. This is easy.
Okay. All right, now I want to show you what you might see later on when we start to take harder tests and do harder word problems. This is pulled straight from a STAR test that I wanted to show you. Okay, what does this look like? What do these boxes look like with the strip down here? It looks like a strip diagram, right? So it's important for you to know what a strip diagram would look like for a word problem. Okay?
I'm not going to be here.
This one that you see on the screen right now was actually very hard and kind of tricky because of the numbers they used. But here's another one. Gina has 42 mushrooms to put into 6 salads. She wants to put the same number of mushrooms in each salad. Which strip diagram shows how to find the number of mushrooms that Gina should put in each salad? So you have to know how to make a strip diagram for the word problem that you're given and choose the correct answer. Okay? Now this one might be a little more complicated right now because this is when, after you've gone over multiplication and division, is when this all starts to kind of click and you have to be able to tell the difference between multiplication and division word problems. Okay? We're not there yet. So I just wanted you to see what a strip diagram would look like on a multiple choice question. You would have to actually pick which one of these is correct. Okay? Okay, so your assignment today, we're just starting off very basic. You guys have already pretty much proved to me that you can do this fairly easily. Very easily. So all you're doing today is you're going to be matching the multiplication equation to the strip diagram. Okay? Okay, so it looks like this. It says to match the correct multiplication sentence to the correct diagram and find the product. Those of you at home are dragging the sentence over to the box. Here in class, you guys will be cutting and pasting the number sentence that matches. Okay? Make sure you're paying attention because we have 5s and 4s. We have 2 boxes that have 6s, so just make sure that you're really paying attention to how many boxes. Okay? use your notes. You can use my notes that I've gone over with you. I would write down the problem first before you start gluing it down, okay? You also need to make sure that you find the product. Don't leave this cart empty. Go ahead and give the product to me, okay? All right, so those of you at home, good luck on your assignment, and we will check back with you later.